Think about like this picture here. What's a way I could find the area of this shape? Sophia H.
You could count the squares if there are like any.
Perfect. Yep. You could also, if there's squares, you can count the squares, right? Or we talked about a way, where's my pen? We talked about a way that in order to make the squares, if you know the numbers, right? So we know that the length is 4. So I talked about how you can add 3 lines, doing your best to make them equal. And then we know this one's 3, so you could add 2 lines. You do 1 less than the number, and that'll help you make the squares. The important thing is you need to make sure they're squares and you need to make sure they're equal, right? That's something that's important. But those are the 2 ways we have learned to find area. Okay, so multiplying length times width or counting squares or tiles. Okay, so let's focus today on multiplying to find area, right? So I'm going to go through this example and then I'm going to call in friends to do these 3. So the example says a rectangle has a length of 4 centimeters and a width of 3 centimeters. What is the area? Okay, so if we're focusing on multiplying to find area, there's 2 ways we can do it still. It says fill the rectangle with 1 centimeter squares. There are 4 squares in a row and 3 rows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Then you can multiply. 4 times 3 equals 12. And then that really important thing, it's not just 12. You can't just write 12, that's wrong. 12 square centimeters. Okay? Really important that you do that. Okay, I'm going to bring up my wheel of names and we're going to work on number 1. Here we go. It says, what is the area of this rectangle? Write an equation. And solving that one for me is Sandro. All right, Sandro, can you tell me what my equation would be? Here's our square over here.
Okay.
What are my 2 numbers? What's the length?
So it looks like the length would be 6 by 7.
But remember, length is this one. So what's this one?
7.
Okay. And then you gave me the other number 6.
Yep.
Now, Sandro, do you know 7 times 6?
7 times 6, well, I can do 6 times 4 to get me to 24. And then I know 6 plus 12, which is 6 times 3, is 18. So 24 plus 18 would get us to 42, if I'm correct.
Good job. That's right. So 42 square units is our answer. Good job, Sandro. Okay, so see what we did here? We did 7, because that's our length, the one going across, times 6, our width is the one going up and down, okay? And you multiply them together. Now, it's okay if you need to multiply and write it out, right? Some of us know 7 times 6 already. Some of us can do a strategy like Sandro did, where he broke apart the numbers kind of and did some adding. He did what worked for his brain. There's some space right here. If you needed to draw 7 groups of 6, you could do that, okay? That's okay with me. The goal, sooner rather than later, is you guys will just know 7 times 6, but it's okay if you don't yet, okay? All right, let's see. Number 2 says a rectangle has a length of 8 inches and a width of 7 inches. Here we go. A length of 8, a width of 7. What is the area? Helping me out with that one's going to be Daniela. All right, Daniela, what's our equation going to be? Yep. Are you there, Daniela? All right, maybe we'll take it back up. Okay, let's try. Oh, you are there, Daniela. Are you there, Daniela? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Daniela, so what's my equation? What am I multiplying?
What? I couldn't hear you.
What are my two numbers that I'm multiplying?
8 and 7.
Okay, so we're gonna do 8. I'm gonna keep in inches so I know. Times 7. Okay, Daniela, do you happen to know 8 times 7? It's okay if you don't.
No.
Okay, so let's do a way we could do that because you might get to problems where you guys don't know, right? You don't know what 8 times 7 is. So I'm going to draw 8 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll put 7 each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's my 8 groups of 7, right? So now counting by 7s might be a little tricky. So maybe we can do things I know, right? So I know 7 plus 7 is 14. And so I'll keep writing that, making my little pairs here. So now I'm going to do 14 plus 14. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. So I've got 28. So I know that would be 28. And that would be 28. So I can do 28 plus 28. 8 plus 8 is 16. Carry my 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 1 more is 5. So our answer here is 56. And I'm going to come back to you, Daniela, because you were my one I called on. Can I just write 56, Daniela?
No.
What do I need to add?
You'd need to add
What's that special word that goes with area?
what?
What's that special word that goes with area? We used it up here.
Square unit.
Okay, and then what units are we using though? What unit did they tell us here?
The inches.
Perfect. So we're gonna write square inches. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a minute to write that. Cameron, do you have a question?
Snack. I'm hungry.
So we don't have snack for a while, but if you have a snack there you can grab, I'm okay with that. You can eat while you're doing this. Just make sure you're writing this down too. All right, one more problem. I know I see some friends that are still writing, so I'll give you a minute. Isaiah, you have a question?
I was just waiting a hand for the problem.
Oh, I'm going to my random generator, but I like the participation. Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick because I have some friends I'm noticing this with. So I told you guys are good to eat snacks while we're doing our learning as long as you are still writing everything down, right? So if you can eat a snack while you're doing this, I am okay with that. To take care of you as you are still taking your notes. Okay, number 3. It says a square has a side or has sides that are 4 centimeters long. What is the area? So here's something that's important. A square has all sides the same, right? So I'm going to draw my square. And they told me it's 4 centimeters. So I know my length is 4 centimeters and my width is 4 centimeters. Okay. Cecilia, how would I find the area? What do I need to do?
I think you would have to draw the squares.
Okay, so we could do that. So remember I told you guys to draw the squares, you take the number and you do 1 less. So I'm gonna make 3 lines. Doing my best to keep them equal. Same here, 3 lines. Doing my best to keep them equal. Okay. And once I do that, Cecilia, do you know what my equation would be though? What 2 numbers am I multiplying?
4 times 4.
Okay, 4 times 4. And this time I'll take a volunteer. Do I have somebody who knows what 4 times 4 is? Sophia F., I saw your hand first. What's 4 times 4?
16 square centimeters.
Perfect. 16 square, and I'm going to shorten that, centimeters. cm for centimeters. Good job, guys. So as you guys are doing that,